Good morning. I am Ramesh. I am working as a Senior Vice President in charge of manufacturing in Toyota Kirloskar Motor Limited. Before I start my actual presentation, I would like to say certain things. My presentation will be what Toyota actually does at the work site. Right? It will be very small thing, but what I would like to say is we do it very meticulously. You please note down the essence of what Toyota is doing. You don't need to copy it. I normally say the same thing to the people, many visitors who come various companies, our own competitors, they come and I say that don't try to copy it. It will not work because it requires an altogether different culture. But take the essence of what Toyota is doing and try to implement it in your company. This you can use it even when you go to some other company to work or when you start your own company in future. So these are all very, very important. That is why Toyota has become a number one today in the world in terms of profitability or in terms of number of volumes also. So take only the essence. So this is my kind request to all of you. Very basic and very fundamental what we do is very, very important. So this is one of the requests to all of you. So this is will be my the content of my presentation, a small profile about my company. Then what is Toyota Way? You would have studied a lot of books about Toyota Way and Toyota production system, but today you will come to know what exactly we do at Toyota, so that it will be a first-hand experience for you also to know. And I also request you, if you get a chance to come to Bangalore and visit our plant, so that you know much better than what you have studied in the book. So this is Toyota Way. Then what is Toyota production system? Then how do we do the quality management in Toyota? Then what are the promotional and motivational activities? This is very key. Quality or productivity will not come just like that. You have to do a lot of promotion activities and you have to motivate your employees. That I will touch about. Then what is the guiding principles at Toyota? Then that's a tree metaphor which we use. Then I will also talk about what is the training we give, because human development is very key in Toyota. So I will talk about the training also what we do in Toyota. Next. So Toyota Kirloskar Motor is basically located in Bangalore, and we have the main office and plant there, and we have a lot of regional offices at Kolkata, New Delhi, and Mumbai and Chennai, and we also export through Chennai port to South Africa and many other countries. So we established our company way back in 1997, and it is near Bangalore, a place called Bididi, and it is a 7 billion equity company with a Toyota 89% equity stake, and Kirloskar is having 11% equity stake. And we manufacture multi-purpose vehicles like Innova, then SUV Fortuner. We also manufacture Camry, Corolla, and Etios there. So we manufacture multi-purpose vehicle and passenger car. Then our plant capacity is actually it is 3,10,000, not 2,10,000, which is the plant 2 came into existence. Our capacity has gone up to 3,10,000, and we have a total area of 432 acres. And we do not call it as workers, we call it as a team member. All put together, we have 5,688, and ours is a young company with average age is 29 years. Next. So what is Toyota Way? Toyota Way is the way the Toyota does its things. Then it has got two important pillars. One is the continuous improvement, another one is the respect for the people. So based on these two pillars, we do everyday management, and all strategies will be done based on this Toyota Way. So what are the subsect of in continuous improvement? One is challenge, then Kaizen, then this is Genchi Genbutsu. I will be using a lot of Japanese words to maintain the originality. So I will tell the meaning also as and when it comes. Genchi Genbutsu means go and see by yourself. Then respect for the people, then teamwork. These are all the 5 basic key principles on which the 2 pillars are rested for Toyota Way. So challenge, what is the meaning of challenge? When we say challenge, it is a long-term vision. We never work for the short-term benefit. We will always work for long-term vision, meeting the challenges with courage and creativity. This is very important. So I was yesterday visiting Ahmedabad the first time to Gujarat also with the 2 of your students. So I was telling all these things. We went to Sabarmati Ashram, we went to Akshardham, all these places. So there I was saying all these things what Toyota does. When I saw the Sabarmati Ashram, I was really impressed with Gandhi's visions and Gandhi's everything. What we are doing now, I think Gandhi did 40, 50, 50 70 years back. So these are all very important things. The courage and creativity is very important, and long-term vision. Next, Kaizen. Kaizen, all of you know that continuously improve. This is very important. When I go to my boss, normally in India we expect that the boss should pat on your back saying, oh, you have done, wow, you have done a very good thing. But my boss never does it. He will ask, what is next? So that basically drives you to think further, to improve further. That is called Kaizen. So Kaizen is very, very important. Otherwise, you'll become complacent, you will be stagnated. So continuously you should keep on improving. So that is Kaizen. Then Genchi Genputsu. This is basically you yourself go to the site, hear the fact, and do it. Just don't do what others have done. So this, when you try to practice, you will find a huge difference in the result. When you go and find out and work on the findings, then what countermeasure you will take will be totally different than what you will do if you just hear and take the countermeasure. So in order to have a permanent countermeasure and sustainability, we should do the Genchi Genputsu. That means go and see by yourself and take the countermeasures. Then respect. It is basically building the mutual trust with all the employees. We have to respect. When I say respect, I should not respect only his body to get the work done. I should respect his heart, body, soul and mind. This is what we practice in Toyota. That we should respect all the 4 aspects of a human being so that the respect can be given to him and he will be motivated to give more and more output. Then of course, teamwork. Personal excellence is not very much respected, rather it is a teamwork that is very important for a continuous growth. Next. Then when it comes to Toyota production system, we always say customer first. Whatever we do, we always do with the customer in mind. There are 2 types of customers. One is the internal customer, another one is the external customer. When it comes to internal customer, the next process, suppose you are in process A, process B is your next process B your customer. What does he want? Then based on that I should give the output. I should not question why you want this, why you do not want this. All those things do not work. What customer wants, that is what is important. So customer first is very key in Toyota production system. Then it works on other 2 pillars that is called Jidoka. That means build the quality into the production process and never send defective items to the next process. In Toyota, we can stop the line. A team member or worker can stop the line and he says that there is a problem in the car, so I am stopping the line. Whereas in most of the companies, stopping the line is a crime. Why did you stop the line? That will be questioned. Whereas we have empowered our workers, our team members to stop the line so that he assures that the defective product does not go to the next stage. So this is called Jidoka. By doing that, we build the quality. It is not that you build the entire car at the end of the inspection, at the end of the process you check and correct and make a product. That does not work in Toyota. At each and every stage, I will show next down the line, I will show how Toyota makes the quality by using quality gate. So build the quality is very important and never send defective items to the next process. Then just in time, make what is needed, when it is needed, and only as much is needed. So this is very, very important. Build in quality and make what is needed and when is needed. Then in the manufacturing process area, we always say good thinking is good product. Your thinking has to be good. Then automatically the products will become good. So good thinking, good product is the slogan at our manufacturing site. Next. Then TPS. TPS, as I told, works on JIT and Jidoka with the customer first as the basic principle to drive this TPS. Next. Then there are many constituents to TPS. One is 5S. All of you know 5S, that you have to keep your workplace very clean. It's very simple, but many of us do not do. In India, this is the biggest problem. We do not keep our workplace neat and clean. Only when the workplace is neat and clean, the problems which are in the work site will come to the surface. If you do not keep it, you will not come to know. So in Toyota, we give a lot of importance on 5S so that you understand what is the abnormality in the workplace and you can keep improving and you can use the Kaizen to keep on improving. When you visit our plant, you will understand what exactly we mean by 4S, how we arrange the things, how we keep the things neat and clean, how we sort out, all those things you will come to know. So this is one of the key important. If 4S, if 5S is not there, then you can never achieve TPS. Then we talk about 3 M's, that is Muda, Mura and Muri. Muda means it is waste. In Toyota there are 7 types of waste. We have to remove all the waste to improve the productivity and reduce the cost. And also variation, that is Mura. When you make anything, there should not be variation. One worker makes a car in one way, another worker makes a car in another way. That does not work. Then the consistency will not be there. So the Six Sigma also talks about variation. We also talk about the variation. This is actual implementation of Six Sigma on day-to-day or minute-to-minute basis. We don't want to have any variation in our process. Also, we are very much worried about the inconvenience to the worker. That is, it's not that you give any job to the worker, he has to do. We have a very stringent system to find out, rather we measure what is the inconvenience for a worker in the worker on the line. Suppose he feels very strenuous, very hard in his work, we immediately try to do some kaizen and reduce his burden. So by doing that, we make his work easy and make the workplace enjoyable and energetic so that he can give the continuously good quality output. So removing the inconvenience is also very, very important. It is not that just put the line and tell the worker go and work. That's not going to work. So that is the difference between Toyota and other companies. So we work on elimination of waste. We try to reduce or eliminate. Similarly, try variation. Same thing, inconvenience. We have to respect the worker. Otherwise, things will not move. That's a big difference between Toyota and other companies. We give a lot of importance. Rather, we call it as the burden point. Every process will be measured. If burden point is more than 20, we have our own measurement method. Immediately, we have to work on that using the various cross-functional team to reduce the burden. And once the burden comes to 20, then the worker can work comfortably and he can keep the work in the same way for months together, for years together. So this is very, very important. Then of course the Kanban is basically, this is an important tool to produce only when it is needed. Without Kanban, TPS will not work. This is very, very important. Then Jidoka already I talked about, building the quality in the process itself. And this is called Haijunka. Haijunka means a leveled production. Suppose in the same line I make Innova and Fortuner. If I keep on making Innova one day, if I keep on making Fortuner one day, my stock will go up like anything. Innova stock will go up like anything and Fortuner stock also. We don't do that. We do level production. If I make 4 Innovas, then I will make 1 Fortuner. So that based on the market demand. But of course, by doing that, my inventory level will be less. Also, the worker also will not feel pinched, because if I continuously make Fortuner, the work content is more, he will feel very much overworked. So this Haijunka is very important, is a rather key premise for a good TPS. So this is we follow, that is level production, and also standardized operation. This is a key for a good and high productivity operation. That is, a worker has to do the same job in the same way every time and at every plant. So this is called standardized operations. By following that, we achieve good quality. If one worker follows one way, another worker follows another way, you cannot achieve consistent quality. In order to have consistent quality, also to reduce the unsafe points, the work, we have to go for standardized operation. If I talk about standardized operation, it will take days together. It is such a big subject, standardized operation itself. But this is also important premise for a good Toyota production system. Then of course Kaizen, then functional and visual management. This is very important. In Toyota, we visualize everything. If you come to our shop floor, you will come to know what's happening on the shop floor, how much we have produced, what is the quality issue, what is the safety issue, what is the productivity issue. Every worker we knows what he has done yesterday, what he is doing today, what is our target, so that the problems are brought to the surface. It is not put under the carpet. So visualization is very, very important. In our plant, throughout, you will find a lot of visualizations. I request you to come to our plant and see how do we do the visualization, because this is a good way of communication among everybody. When I go to the shop floor, I should know what's happening. If I have to go and ask the member, if I go to ask the supervisor, ask the manager, then I am wasting his time, I am wasting my time. So in order to reduce everything and in order to understand what is the problem happening on the shop floor, I have to have good functional and visual management. So these are all very key to have a good Toyota production system, and this basically requires a culture in the organization. You just cannot copy it and start doing I am doing the Toyota production. It doesn't work. So my request is, please understand the basic importance of all these things and accordingly do the production in your own way. Next. Then this is basically a visualization of what is Jidoka. This is stop on abnormality. Suppose this person versus the worker does a job, then car is flowing from this direction to this direction. The moment he finds a fault, he will check, and if he finds a fault, he will stop the line. He will make it all right, then only it will go to next. And next level also, here also he will check, and only if it is okay, he will pass on. So by doing this, we do not allow the product go defective from one stage to another stage. So by doing that, we build the quality. We do not give the quality by repairing, rather we build the quality. Next. So this is 7 types of muda or waste as per Toyota's terminology. One is muda of inventory, that means you have a lot of inventory, raw material, finished goods, work in process, it's all excess. When I say muda of inventory, many people think that Toyota does not have any inventory at all. It is not right. We have inventory, but the inventory is very, very optimum. That optimum, what is optimum? That we have to keep on working, we have to keep on reducing. Toyota does not have zero inventory. It has inventory. So please, this is one confusion normally people have. We have inventory, we have raw material inventory, we have work in process inventory, we have finished good inventory. All inventories are required, but do not have excess. That quantity keep on reducing it. That is how Toyota works. So this is inventory. Then it is muda of conveyance, that you have to move a lot of materials from the store to the workplace. If the store is far away, you will be wasting a lot of resources. You will be lost in terms of fuel, in terms of tire wear and tire, and in terms of time also. So we do not have, everything which should be very near to the workplace. That is, I can avoid the wastage of conveyance. Then wastage of waiting. That is, you will find many times the worker is standing just like that, he doesn't have any work. So that means the work is not properly balanced in the line. In our line, when you come, no worker will be standing idle. The work is properly balanced so that every worker is properly filled with enough work, and nobody waits. Nobody waits. So this is very, very important. If somebody is waiting, that means he is not adding value. But I am paying for that. No customer will pay for a non-value item. So reduce the waiting or eliminate the waiting. Then muda of motion. When a worker picks up, there will be material on the rack, on the side, conveyor is moving. Then suppose he has to move along, then it's a waste. For that again the customer does not pay. So it should be as near as possible to the working conveyor so that he can pick up easily and fits it. So this is what we say waste in motion. Then waste in over processing. Sometimes you produce over quality. The finishing is required for example 1 micron, but you produce 2 micron finish. Customer is not going to pay for that. So over processing is not required. Similarly, over production. Sometimes what happens is I have to produce every day 100, I produce 120 because worker works fast. That does not mean that I am working very efficiently. That is a waste. So overproduction is not allowed. Similarly, correction. Correction means you produce all defective product, don't stop the line, then you take it to separate area and repair everything and give to the customer. That is also not correct. That again, it's a waste of time. First you produce defective product, you wasted the time. Again you wasted time in correcting it. So this is correction. So this is in Toyota terminology. 7 types of ways are there. We work continuously. We do Kaizens basically. In Toyota, Kaizens are done to either eliminate or reduce these 7 types of muda using the Toyota production system. This is basically what is the basic of TPS. Next. As I already told, there is a Genchi Ganpa to see for yourself at the actual spot. So please keep in mind this is very, very important so that you do not get distorted version of what happened at the workplace. See for yourself. Then it is step-by-step approach. We take one thing at a time. It's not that in India we take everything, we talk a lot, finally we do nothing. In Toyota we take one step-by-step approach. So take one and finish it off, take another and finish it off. Of course you will have a plan, but with a proper timeline, take one step at a time, finish it off and go to next step. This is very important. Then always go to root cause, that is 5 times why. Any problem is there, unless you ask minimum 5 times the why, you will not come to the root cause. Otherwise you will be killing the symptoms, you will not be killing the cause. If you kill the symptom, the problem will come once again. For example, analogy I will tell you, if you have a fever, if I give only crocin, your temperature will come down. Then after 1 or 2 hours again you will get the fever, I will give crocin, the temperature will come down. So finally one day then you will be out because the proper root cause is not investigated. But if your blood is collected and tested and you find that whether it is pneumonia or plague or dengue, what is it? Accordingly, if I treat it, then you will become all right forever. So that is called when you go root cause. Root cause and symptom, they are totally different. So in Toyota, we try to attack the root cause. We do not try to attack the symptom. So that can happen only when you ask 5 times why. And when you make a countermeasure plan, what is important is you have to consider the 5W1H. Who will do? What he will do, where he will do, when he will do. Also, the person should know why he is doing the job. The purpose of doing is very important. Then only you will get involved. If you don't know, if I say go and do that, there will be no interest for you. So you should know why you are doing. So this why is important, and how you will do. There should be a way, there should be a skill you should have to perform any job. So this how is important. So whenever you make an action plan, please consider whether I have taken into account all the 5 W's and 1 H or not. Otherwise, again, you will put a wrong person for a right job. Finally, you will end up in a big mess. And also, if he does not know why he has to do, he will not have any interest. He will not do it in a focused manner. So it's very, very important. And when is very important, the timeline. Within what time I will finish? If you start, if you know that I want to do this, I finish. But if you don't have a timeline, again, it will go on forever. So these things are very important. The 5W and 1H. When you make an action plan, please consider 5W and 1H. Then I will just talk about the supply chain. Supply chain is also part of the operation, so you should know about how happen. In a conventional company, suppose this is a Toyota factory. Then this is supplier. We have supplier A, supplier B, supplier C. Then there will be one truck that will go from each supplier to the factory. Then this way you waste a lot of fuel and it's a waste. Then what happens, a low frequency and a big load will come. For one full day, the whole material will come from there and I will have high inventory. This is how a conventional company works. Whereas in Toyota, what we does is only one truck will be there. So you can see 3 different colors. The 3 different colors basically meant for 3 different items from 3 different suppliers. Supplier A, one component, supplier B, another component, supplier C, another component. In one truck, I have the component of all the 3. This one truck goes to supplier A, supplier B and supplier C. He finally comes here. By doing that, what happens? He will have a lot of frequency, maybe 2 or 3 trips per day. But this works out to be very economical. I do not have high inventory at my end, and at his end also he doesn't have a big inventory. And lot size will be small. Lot size has to be as small as possible for a good cost reduction. So this I achieve, small lot and low inventory, and of course this is achieved due to high frequency. This finally result in a good quality and good inventory reduction also. This is very important. This is a big difference between Toyota and other conventional companies. Next. And this is called a milk run system. What we do is in India, my parts come even, I am at Bangalore, but my parts come from Chennai, Mumbai and Delhi. Huge distance. What do I do is, I have created a cross dock. This is a cross dock. This is sort of small store at Delhi, at Pune and at Chennai. There are many suppliers in and around Chennai, in and around Delhi, in and around Pune and Mumbai. So what happens, one truck goes to the supplier who are near, for example, near to Chennai, S1, S2, S3, small suppliers. One truck picks up and comes to the cross dock. Similarly, another truck, another sub-route is there. It will go to other suppliers and comes to cross dock. The route optimization is very important. We work a lot on that. When a model is decided, when suppliers are decided, we work on the route optimization. How I should pick up the material, when I should pick up the material. So these things we work out in minute details. By doing that, what happens is I optimize my route, I travel less and collect it to the cross dock. From the cross dock, then finally it will come to Toyota. So this way, again, I reduce the inventory, I reduce the waste I do the route optimization, I reduce the cost a lot. This is called milk run system. It goes to S1, S2, S3 and milk it and comes to cross dock. Similarly, sub-route 2 also does the same thing, sub-route 3 does the same thing, then it comes to cross dock. Next. So as I told you, many from the cross docks it comes to our main. Next. This is a sort of frequency which I told you. From Delhi and West, 4 times a day the vehicle will come. From Chennai and South India, 16 times a day. Whereas in Bangalore, it is very near, we bring it 16 times a day. So this is how we plan our part supply to us. So this logistic management is very important in Toyota production system. This is basically done just in time. There are many parts which come just on time to the line, like the seats, they come just on line. Once I put the vehicle on the assembly line, then only the fax will go to the supplier, the seat will come to the line. So that is how we do that. Next. Again, this is called the leveled production. In a conventional company, what happens is they will make all models A together, all model B together, all model C together. That is, in a line I make 3 vehicles, vehicle A, vehicle B, vehicle C. Then they will be making like this. So I should have a lot of stock for each vehicle. This is a waste. Whereas in Toyota, what we do is we do a leveled production. We make 1A1, 1B, 1C, then A2, B2, C2. So by doing that, I reduce the inventory at the supplier side as well as at my end. Next. Then we also have, because in India there are many problems. When you come, there will be a lot of checkposts, or the truck breaks down, and you will enter into a lot of problems. Then the question comes, how do you do the just in time? So in order to avoid that, we will have some safety stock at our end. We start with some safety stock, then we keep on improving all the truck maintenance and drivers education. A lot of drivers education, how to drive so that he does not meet with accident, the parts come on time. By doing that, we improve. But we always have some safety stock to take care of the situations in India. Right. Same is with the import parts also. We import from Thailand, Indonesia, and Japan. For that also, we have a cross dock at Singapore. What we do in India, same thing we do at Japan or at Singapore also. Next. So now regarding quality, there are many definitions. What is quality? Somebody will say it is fitness for use. Next. Somebody will say it is conformance to requirements. Next. Somebody will say it is to give the customer what they want. Next. Somebody will say it is the totality of features and characteristics of a product or service that bear on its ability to satisfy a given need. Next. But what we say in Toyota is it is meeting or exceeding the expectations at a cost that represents the value to the customer. This is basically very important. Of course, these definitions are also correct. But to have a bigger picture of quality, what we say Toyota is it is meeting or exceeding the customer expectations at a cost that represents value to them. This is actually quality. How do we do quality management in Toyota? First one, we do ensure and level up the quality of the product and process continuously. Not only product, but also process has to be continuously improved. Then only you can achieve good quality. Then we also work with the suppliers, like Bosch is here. We work with the suppliers very intimately to develop the quality. We do not say, we do not just give the order and say you make. We work with them very closely to improve the quality as per our expectation. Then so we do a lot of supplier quality improvement, like part, process, system, and supplier also. Then not only that, as we think the quality should be made right up to delivery, we work with the dealer also, that he should deliver the car in a good quality. So dealer quality improvement. Also then it works on company-wide quality activity, that is the TQM activity. Basically based on focus on customer, that is customer first, then continuous improvement and total participation by everybody. In the next few slides, I will show how our top management is also, including my deputy managing director and managing director, they get involved in building the quality. Next. So another important thing is a good communication. Good communication is important. So how it happens is, this is our factory, then we supply a complete product to the dealer, and the dealer, he gives a lot of information once he gets the vehicle, what defect he found, what suggestion he has got from the customer. That feedback comes to us through various channels. Similarly, dealer supplies to the customer, and the customer gives feedback to the dealer. Also, he can give through the voice of customer, it's called VOC, a lot of feedback to Toyota. So based on the feedback from the dealer and from the customer, we keep improving our product and process, and we finally we work for the customer excitement. This communication is very important. Not only just making the product, but after making the product, taking the feedback honestly and working on that sincerely is very important. Next. Then how we do, our preparations are very elaborate, very comprehensive. Before we launch a product, we do a lot of preparation. The preparation starts well in advance. For some vehicles, even 5 years in advance, we start the operation. For some vehicles, we start 3 years in advance. So it's a huge preparation, very meticulous, very much in detail. For example, if this is called pre-production for good quality, if the car will be launched somewhere in the nth month, then N minus alpha, the process will be handed over to the main production. Then they will do the mass production. Before the process is handed over to us, then there will be a design handover that will happen. Then before that, there will be a lot of product design things will be discussed, and this is called advanced simultaneous engineering. We call it as a concurrent engineering in India. It is called simultaneous engineering. Then we make a lot of protos. Then by doing that, we improve the design. Also, when a product is made, we already give a lot of feedback to the designer. What happened with the previous model? What was the feedback given by the customer? So those things are normally taken into account, because the vehicle which is made in Japan or US will not work in India. We have to tune it to the Indian conditions. Those things are being given to the designer so that he takes care of that. Then this happens to the design stage. Then in the production preparation, we do the parts tooling with the supplier, and also the process and equipment which should be okay for our process, and so the selection and the installation, all those things are going on. Then when it comes to the stage 3, we confirm all the 4 man, machine, material, method, we confirm. Then production process evaluation. Then important is member skill check, whether the member is having the enough skill or not. I will show you what type of a skill we impart, how do we impart later on, but this is very important. As I told you, human development is the key in Toyota. So we give a lot of importance to member skill. Before the mass production starts here, member will be ready to make the car with a high quality, and also a lot of vehicle evaluation as per the Indian requirements will be done so that the final vehicle will be launched. So it's a great preparation, a lot of activities goes into that. We work with the customers, we work with the dealer, we work with the suppliers. A long preparation takes place, then only the final product comes. It is not just like that. I thought one day a new vehicle has come out. This is, I want you to understand that any good product will come out only with a meticulous preparation and a focused attention towards that. Next. This is how we work with the supplier. Part production preparation. Similarly, we have a lot of stages to test the product. So as I already told, this is the nth month. SVP means start of volume production. This is one stage of checking. This is A cross W means assembly and weld. Only they will assemble the product. And here before that there is a checking fixture. Every part which is made will be checked at the supplier, then only it will come to me. They also assure a lot of quality. 2 times they check, then it comes to me. I assemble and weld. Then I check trial of mass production happens. Then when after a lot of feedback and refinement, finally my actual mass production, volume production starts. Next. So this is how we work with the supplier. This is called the supplier part tracking team. Then parts tooling as per drawing, off tool. A lot of confirmation is done by our quality control team to check whether the parts are okay or not. Then parts and body accuracy. Then dynamic confirmation is done. Then I will show you next. See, these are all certain India unique condition. How do we take care? In India, we apply the brake a lot because of road traffic conditions. Suddenly, the people cross the road, which is not there in Japan. They never use the horn. In India, we use only horn. They never use the dipper. We use only dipper in India. Like that, there are many unique conditions in India. So these things are being taken care so that even the brake pad, which will work in Japan, does not work in India. We tune for the Indian condition. Like this is one, like suddenly the animal is coming and there's so much of crowd, and these Japanese, they were really shocked when we brought the designers and show all these things. So they redesigned along with the help of the Indian engineers all these things to make it suitable for India. Next. We also do, like in India when it rains there is a flood, so we also do this flooding test at our company to find whether any water leak is there or not. Then in India we have this speed breaker which is not there in Japan. So how the vehicle performs, what all this tuning I have to do for the vehicle as per the Indian condition, this we do. And also noise, vibration and harsh evaluation we do. So these are all the various things we do before the vehicle is finally launched. Next. Then sometimes we take the vehicle to even lay also to understand whether our vehicle works properly or not. So a thorough test is done, not only preparation, and after the vehicle is made, a thorough test is done to suit the Indian conditions. Next. Then after the mass production start, there is a raw material supplier, there is a local parts supplier and import part supplier, and this is the cycle we rotate, that he builds the quality, then he does a lot of inspection to stop the outflow, and we give feedback, again he builds the quality. This cycle keeps on continuing for the raw material supplier, for the local part supplier, for the import part supplier. Then with the cycle rotated as many times as possible, the good quality parts come from all these people, and finally we make a good quality car. So the communication is very important. That is the point which I want to emphasize. Do a good communication with everybody. Next. Then this is the supplier quality improvement, and here you can see this is our deputy managing director. He and even managing director, he also participates in the quality improvement program. It is not that it is driven by assistant managers, and the workers. It is driven by actually the top management. We go to the supplier, we audit their process, and we find out any improvement points. We give them the feedback, and we have face-to-face meeting with the management of the company. We give a lot of feedback. Not only that, we also call them to our company to give training on various aspects. And not only that, we give training, not only the process, but packing also, how to do the packing so that it reaches me without damage. Packing is also very important. If the packing is not good, things will reach me, but it will come in a damaged condition. So these things are also worked very, very closely with the supplier. Then to motivate them, we have an annual supplier meeting where we award the good suppliers in terms of cost, quality, productivity, or the response to our issues. So that is how we motivate the suppliers. So this again I want you to understand very clearly. It is just not saying go and do that. It is the mutual understanding and mutual help and the training as much as possible to develop a supplier. That works well for Toyota. So like football, we also give card to the response of the supplier, how the supplier works. Suppose if the supplier is, we give a white card if he is achieving our target. If he is not away from the target, we give yellow card. See, every month this card goes. Then if he is continuously 3 months, he is away from the target, we give red card. That means either he has to improve immediately or he has to fade out. So this type of communication is being done from our plant side to the supplier, how he is performing. Giving feedback to the supplier for his improvement is very important. If you don't give feedback, you only point out your finger at the supplier that you are not doing well and not doing well without saying what he has to do and how he has to do, without helping him, things are not going to improve. So this type of communication we give to the supplier on monthly basis. Next. And I told you at the beginning that the total quality assurance system, how it works in Toyota, we have a quality gate to build the quality. For example, this is a press shop. From the press shop, it comes to body shop, that is where we do the welding. From body shop, it goes to the paint shop, where we do the paint. Then it comes to assembly shop. Then after that, we do the quality inspection. Then finally, it goes to the yard. Now, this rhombus symbol is basically a quality gate. The press shop will not send any defective product. They have their own quality gate. So they check everything and send. Of course, apart from the end, in the process also there will be many quality gates. Then again weld, then again as a paint, everybody will stop defective product from coming to the next process. But that is how the quality gate works in Toyota to build the quality at each and every stage. This is the overall quality assurance system in Toyota. Next. So what is the difference between a conventional company and Toyota in terms of quality? In a conventional company, the process, the first process, second process, third process, finally the product will be checked and feedback will be given to the respective process. By the time the information comes, already people would have made many more defective products. So again, you have to repair or throw. Whereas in Toyota, what we do is we have a quality gate at the end of each process, so the feedback comes immediately. So the defective product is not made on stage. That is how we build the quality in Toyota. The quality gate principle is key for a high quality manufacturing. Next. And how the feedback works. See, we have a 2-hour feedback meeting where the supervisors get together and share what happened in each shop, whether the problem is there in the preceding shop or in the succeeding shop. This type of communication happens every 2 hours. I cannot do at the end of the day. Every 2 hours do that and give the communication. So this happens at the working group level. Then daily, this is called a daily morning meeting where the manager and above, including me, we participate. What happened yesterday? What is the involvement that is required from my side? What is the management support that is required to solve any issue, whether it is quality or productivity? What is the issue? That type of feedback would happen. Then apart from that, there is a monthly review by our top management. That is deputy manager. He comes to the meeting and we explain what happened. So this type of very frequent PDCA, we do it. PDCA is very important. We always talk about whether you did the PDCA, how many times you did the PDCA. Only these things will make the company very strong towards a good quality. PDCA, we keep on doing good communication at the right time. Every 2 hours, every day, every month, depending on the level of the people. Next. Next. Quality product by quality people. As I already told, the quality cannot be made by machines. It has to be made by the people. So how do we develop the people? We have something called a work-life plan, where the worker clearly knows when he joins after completing ITI, he can become even a DGM in our company. So how he will grow if he performs well. That type of work-life plan is there, and what type of skill he is supposed to have, and who will give that skill. Such a big plan, that is called a work-life plan we have, so that the member clearly knows if I work well, I can become even a DGM. A ITA fellow can become even a DGM. So that is a work-life plan. And we have something called Gurukul, where the basic training is given for various processes. We have established Gurukul. This is one of a very good activity we started way back in 2004. Before a worker goes to the line, he will be trained here for a week's time. Then only when he understands the safety, quality, productivity and cost, he will go to the line. So 1 week training, very rigorous training we give. Then he goes to the line. In the line he undergoes on-the-job training. Then he becomes independent. So a very, very systematic, very structured training we give for the worker to become really a high quality worker. Then quality circle activity, of course, we do. We have more than 400 quality circles in our company. And this is another activity called teamwork is of course there. Jishukan. Jishukan is mean, suppose a assembly shop is there, it is having some problem. Then the people in the shop, after some time, if they do not solve the problem, abnormality becomes a normality. He will not see it as a problem. So what we do continuously, we bring the supervisor of assembly shop to the assembly shop, the weld shop people or paint shop people. They see with a different angle. Then they will find out the problem. Then they will give the improvement points. That is how the quality improves. This is called the cross-functional team observation. Then we do a lot of employee motivation activity also. Next. So to how we respect our worker also, that in a conventional company, what happens is group leader is nothing called a senior supervisor. He will order to one level below, do it. Then that fellow will order the operator, do it. That's all. Whereas in our company, it works the other way. Here it is top down, here it is bottom up. Whenever an operator has got a problem, he will suggest, this is the problem, you can do this way to solve the problem. That will go to the team leader. The team leader will do the same thing to the group leader. Then group leader will ask what support I can give to solve the problem. Then he will give the support. So in the process, what happens is the operator feels very proud that my suggestion has been accepted and I have solved the problem by myself with the support of my supervisor. That is how we promote the quality kaizen by all the operators. So this is very, very important to motivate the worker on the line that he feels proud or feels pride in his work. That's important. Next. This is a pictorial way of what happening. GL is, he is giving only order here. This is a top-down approach. Then he will say the team member do it and team member just do what he has been told. Whereas in our company, he gives suggestions. The operator gives suggestion to his boss and he gives suggestion to this boss. Then finally we give the support and motivate the member. Next. As I already told, this is a work-life plan to develop the blue-collar potential to gain more knowledge and skill in their work. This is a Gurukul, a picture of the classroom as well as workshop. Next. Then we also have to have Toyota Technical Training Institute, where a person who has passed 10th class, he will be inducted into and he will be given 3 years training like ITI. Then after that we will absorb. But the curriculum is totally different than what a normal ITI gives. Here rather even we teach Japanese to these people. So they are very highly skilled people. For after 3 years, then every year we take 64 people from the rural Karnataka. We give them full training. After 3 years, he becomes a very high potential worker. We absorb them, or sometimes we allow them if they want to go out also. There is no compulsion on him to join Toyota. He can join any company. That is how we develop our own skill pool. Next. So one of the activities is QC circle. Then here top management, and every year one team goes to Japan. Around a month back, I was also with the same team in Japan. There is a big motivation for the worker. Worker going to Japan is a big motivation. So the best QC will be selected to represent TKML, that is India. Then he will go to Japan. He will present in front of the global audience. That's a big motivation for the worker. So that is how to do QC circle we do it. Every shop will have a QC corner, and it is reviewed by everybody. Then they enjoy the work this way and also feel proud in going to Japan and present that case in front of the global audience. Next. Then we also conduct customer first exhibition. This is what happens is, whatever the customer has complained over the phone or over the letter, everything we display there. Sometimes we tell the member to talk to the customer also directly, because the customer is very much annoyed, he is angry, he vents out his anger. That should be realized by the worker. so that he improves. He feels that I have made a mistake, I will improve the process. So this type of the interaction with the customer feedback is also we do that, so that he does not do the same problem again and again. So this is how we do the customer first exhibition, to motivate the member by making him understand what mistake he committed. Then we also do the quality month. Every year, 1 month we will celebrate as a quality month. During that time, lot of new initiatives will be taken to recognize the high potential employees. Also many activities to improve the quality progressively. So this is a lot of prizes, lot of recognition will be given during the quality month activity. Customer first exhibition. Then one day in the customer relation department, that I send my team member to the customer relation department. He sits on the phone, he understands how the customer is unhappy or angry. So these are all the various ways by means of which we try to improve our worker response towards the field issues. Next. So this is a quality month activity which I already told. Next. How do we solve the problem once the problem is reported? This is called early detection and early resolution activity. Once a problem is reported to us, our dealer picks up the problem and he informs the TKML. And sometimes the field representative, he goes and sees the problem, and after that he gives a proper feedback to us. Then a cross-functional team in maintenance, production, engineering, design, we every day at 11 o'clock we sit together for 1 hour. We analyze each and every field issue. Then based on that, countermeasure proposals are issued to the very either plant or some supplier. Then we give the information to the dealer. The dealer informs the customer. Then the customer can appreciate our action. Then we try to make him happy as much as possible. But all these things have to be done within 24 hours. We do not wait for months or years together. Once the problem is reported, within 24 hours, we try to do the countermeasures as much as possible. Sometimes temporary countermeasures taken, and after that countermeasures will be taken in a due course of time. Next. So we also conduct a skill competition for the dealers, because dealers technician is also very important. That is why we always talk the quality from design to delivery, not only just make the product, up to delivery we have to take care. So whether my technicians are at the dealer sites are okay or not, we give them training, they also give training. Then to motivate them, we conduct skill test, all India skill test, and we give award, and it is given by the top management once again to motivate them. So this is, as I told you, communication and collaboration is very important. Purchasing, production, after sales service, development, all these things together, we work as a cross-functional team. This CFT concept is very, very strong in Toyota. So good communication and good collaboration about various divisions is very important. Next. This is a quality management cube which we follow. This is the breadth of quality assurance. That is product quality, process quality, people quality, market quality, brand quality, all these things are in one axis. Next. Then this is level of quality assurance. Zero defect, all process. This is only about the final product, whereas this is also related to process. This is the best of competition. This is total customer delight. This is undisputed leadership. This determines what is your level of quality assurance. This is the depth of quality assurance, whether your quality is unstable or marginal or stable or self-sufficient or you are mastered. So based on this, we continuously evaluate where we stand and try to improve the weak points. So this is the beginner 111, the world class 555. This is the quality group which we follow to assess ourselves. Where do we stand and keep on improving ourselves. Next. Then again, this is the cost of poor quality. The basic thinking in Toyota is fix the bug at the design stage itself. If you can fix the design stage, the cost will be 1. At the manufacturing stage it will be 10 times. If you go to customer hands the problem, then you have to spend 100 times. So better to fix the bug at the design stage by giving feedback from the field and as well as process to improve the product. And also this is very important, you have to keep on rotating PDCA. If the PDCA is not done, if you see only the result, things are not going to improve. So one is innovation, another one is Kaizen. So do innovation and do Kaizen to maintain the benefit you obtain. If you don't do any Kaizen, what will happen is, whatever benefit you got by innovation, you came here, but it started falling down. So you have to keep on doing some Kaizen so that the innovation benefit keep on improving. So we believe in Kaizen as well as breakthrough, both. But for important is the Kaizen you must do, otherwise the innovation benefit will go down. So this is how the quality customer first principle is being followed by each and every person. For management, it's the leadership. For the employees, it's the innovation, objection-oriented informant. For dealer and supplier, it is future, and sustaining growth is maintaining competitive advantage. For it is we take care of our customers and environment by doing this. So good thinking and everybody's involvement from shop floor to top floor, everybody should get involved. Then only you can achieve the customer delight. So it's very important, total involvement by everybody. Next. So this is one other way to achieve the world-class quality. One is thinking, another one is reality. This is the W principle. What we do is you make a hypothesis, then you verify by doing the checkings, that is the reality. Then again you make some improvement by doing the review, this is thinking. Again you confirm by doing experiments, then finally implemented. So hypothesis, verification, review, improvement, confirmation and implementation. By following this W principle, you achieve a world-class quality. This is also very important. In Toyota, normally we take a lot of time to take decisions. Sometimes people say Toyota is very slow. That's because what happens that we spend a lot of time here. This is P, this is D, this is C, this is A. In a poorly planned company, they will spend very little time for planning. They will do spend a lot of time in doing the activity and correcting the activity, and again they will do a lot of activity. Whereas in Toyota, we spend a lot of time in planning, so that our overall time is reduced. That is why we say that PDCA and good planning, good preparation is very, very important. This is the difference between Toyota and other conventional companies, where we do a lot of time, spend a lot of time in good planning. Next. This is another thinking which is important. Normally we see the pyramid, whereas in Toyota it is the inverse pyramid, where we say the senior leadership should be at the bottom. This is to support the people above, that is management, and support management to the middle management and the frontline workers. The senior leadership should support. So we always consider seniors should be at the bottom and the workers should be at the top to give them support to make the company stable. This is one of the Toyota way of thinking. So what are all the drives and dedications we have? Why I talk about all these things is that don't just think that TPS I will do or Toyota way I will study and do. These things are not going to work. This is very important. What we do, how do we think in Toyota? What is the culture we have? So please understand that and accordingly what. So one is the customer first. Whatever we do, my boss will ask how the customer will get benefited. Why do you propose this? Finally, how the benefit will reach the customer. So then only you can be a profitable company. So everything what you do should be for customer. Next, always confirm the purpose of the work. When you start doing some work, you should know why I do the work. Don't just do because my boss told. Just find out why I do the job. What is the purpose? When I know the purpose, then I can do it in a better way. So always I should question what is the purpose of the job. Next, whatever you do, you should take the ownership and responsibility. That is, you cannot just take the credit. If this credit is there, that also you take it and try to improve. So ownership and responsibility is very important. Then visualization is another key thing which I told you. If you come to the factory, everything is visualized, so everybody knows what's happening. Then next, judgment based on fact. That is only when you go and see by yourself and you check the judgment, the results can be sustained, countermeasures can be sustained. So don't just work on what your subordinate or what your friends told. You go and see by yourself. Then think and act persistently. This is never ever give up, because in production, particularly in manufacturing, it's really a strenuous job. Many times you feel enough is enough, let me give up. Don't do that, it's not going to work. So then think and act persistently. Then speedy action and time limit. You have to act fast with a time bound schedule. We always work with a time bound schedule. So this is very important. Next, follow each process with sincerity and commitment. Never do any shortcut method. That will result more problems. So no shortcut. Then thorough communication. That is, you should communicate with all the stakeholders and take their consensus, so that once the execution starts, you will not have any resistance. Otherwise, purchase will say, I don't agree. Finance will say, you are spending more money. Maintenance will say, I cannot maintain. So all these things should be resolved before you start executing. So the good communication, thorough communication is important, involving all stakeholders. So the drive and dedication which we follow in Toyota is key for following the Toyota way or Toyota production system. Without that, just reading a book or knowing certain case studies is not going to help. This is very important, the tree metaphor, that what we call as When you consider a tree, the roots have to be very strong, then the bark has to be same, then you can have a good fruit out of that. So in Toyota, what are the roots? The Toyota values and systems, then the precepts, then Toyota way, then the philosophy principle. These we say as the key or the roots of Toyota. Then with that, finally we give they exceed the customer expectation, or we give, there are a lot of things to do that. So you bear the good fruit of that. So the important thing is that these things have to be like root for the tree. Then you can have a good bark and you can really get a good fruit out of that. So I want you to understand these things. The Toyota culture is very important. The thinking way is important. Drive is important. Dedication is important. Not just knowing the process. This is the various trainings. I just wanted to touch up that learning and development is very key in Toyota. So we give a lot of training, including myself. I also have undergone training at Japan for 6 months. It's called leadership development training. Even a person above me who is at the deputy managing director level, he also undergoes training. That is, the people development is very key in Toyota. We think that people are the asset, not the machines or equipments or building. People are asset. So we develop people in a big way, in a very proper and planned way. I will just go through the slides. I will not explain much. Next. So we have some content which are meant purely for local, some are regional content, that is the Asia region, some are global content. So every training will have 3 parts, and accordingly we impart training, both on-the-job training and classroom training. Next. Then as I told you, OJT, then self-initiated training, classroom training, various trainings we give to improve the members' human development. Next. Then this I told you what is the work-life plan. Maybe you may not be able to read fully because it's a big paper. But from your team, from your worker to your DGM, how he will grow. At each level, what is the training skill he has to acquire, what training he has to undergo, everything is very clear. So member is highly motivated. Not, our attrition rate is very low, not even 2% in our company. That is because of this type of big motivation. They know very well how they are going to grow. Now, so this is a corporate management training cycle. Like I told you, it starts from team member, it goes up to supervisor, then deputy manager, manager, DGM, GM, VP and above. Everybody undergoes training in our company continuously. Next. So there are induction training, then the training path for the new joinees is very clear. Once when the person gets inducted, he will come to know what is going to happen for him in his lifetime in Toyota. Next. Various trainings and how do we do all those things. Next. 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 Sorry, one step go behind. This is very important. When I take the team member, the fundamental skill, then elementary skill, then standardized work. These things what we teach at Gurukul. The standardized work is very important. Standardized work is the basic for Toyota's good quality. That means the worker will do the same job continuously in the same manner. It is not that today he is doing in one way, tomorrow he will do in another way. No way. Every time he has to do in the same way. That is called standardized work. That we develop at Gurukul by using the fundamental skill, then the elementary skill, then standardized work. Then when he goes to the shop floor, he does the job very correctly. So not only that, we also develop a lot of trainers. How to give training? We have to develop good trainers. Those trainers are normally developed in Japan or in Bangkok, where our regional headquarters is there. Once they are developed and certified, they come back and develop a lot of good people in Toyota. So development of trainers is very important to cover all the team members. Next. Okay, that's all. So this is what it is. Sorry, I ran out of time, but I thought that I should tell you very clearly to all of you what Toyota is doing. Otherwise, you will have altogether different image that I know Toyota way, I know TPS. That it's not going to work. There is something more what we do at Toyota. So please understand and take the essence of what Toyota does and then apply in your own way in your company or in your workplace or wherever it is. You cannot have double standard. Whatever you try to follow in the company, please follow in your personal life also. Otherwise, you will be two different men, doing something at house, doing something else in the factory. It's not going to work. There are many good things in Toyota which you can follow to the domestic also. That is what we normally say to our employees also. Don't try to play. Don't try to have different masks at different places. Like safety, when I cross the road, I always see left, right, and see, then only I cross. It may look odd, but I am sure I am quite safe. So that is how we practice in our daily life, at home also, at factory also. So we develop ourselves. So this is what I want to say about it, Vira. If any question is there, if you have time, if no time, I'm sorry. Otherwise, if you have time, if you permit, then I am ready to answer any question. Okay, or I am here, you can talk to me, but during lunchtime or after that also I am going to be here till 6 o'clock. You can interact with me, or if you want, you can come to our factory. I am ready to arrange your factory visit. You can better understand, and whatever way we can help, we are ready to help you to better understand Toyota way, Toyota operating system.
My question is, as we all know that automobile industry is right now going through a slow phase. So what are Toyota's plans according to this slow phase, and how will they maintain their market share or improve their market share in upcoming years?
See, it is true that the total manufacturing industry in Indian economy is in a downturn, particularly auto industry in a big downturn. The only way what we do is that introducing new models is also going to be very tough, because it requires a lot of investment, time and energy. At this point of time, customers also will not be, they are not in a mood to spend money, so investing money also. But of course we have planned. At present nothing will come new, maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line we will come out with new models. But till the time, what we do at Toyota is that this is also a blessing in disguise to strengthen our manufacturing area, that is Gemba. Once we strengthen now, when the market bounces back, we will be much more competitive than anybody else. So we have a lot of programs in improving the process and improving the people. During this lean period, that is what we do. How can I improve the process further to reduce the waste? How can I improve the product to improve further quality so that I can reduce the repair? How can I improve the members' creativity and innovation during this time? These are all what we do now during this lean time. Because once the market bounces back, once I start using all the manpower, I will not have time to do all these things. So that is a good time for us. We rather take it positively, this downturn, to improve our own process and people. Questions from the audience. This side. Is Toyota working forward in direction of carbon financing in India also? Of course, Toyota is doing a lot of activity in terms of environment. Rather, I came from Japan day before yesterday, directly after attending that global conference on environment only. There's a carbon credit or carbon footprint, that type of thing we are not working, but we are doing a lot of things at our factory in Toyota at Bangalore also to reduce the impact on environment. For example, 85% of my water consumption is from my recycling only. I don't use. My raw water consumption is very less. And we have planted more than 240,000 saplings in our factory to create a mini forest. And we also help the local community to become more and more environmental friendly. So these are like that. We do a lot of many environmental related activities, but we do not work exclusively for carbon footprint or carbon crediting. We do not work. Okay? Right.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your knowledge.